All right, here we go. We're going to continue our picks for this. What is it? The RPG a day challenge for the RPG Brigade. Question number 6. Out of 31, you can, if you can game every day for a week, describe what you would do. Well, I'll tell you, as of being primarily a game master or a dungeon master, I cherish those opportunities when I get to lay the brain twisting plotting aside and immerse myself into a character where all I need to focus on is my character and it's he or she's component or place in the overall group. And so I'm going to approach this question from that perspective, not as if I could GM every day, because whew, that's a lot of work. And I know y'all know that. If you've done it, you know that you better do your homework well in advance, because if you're going to try to do a marathon, it's rough, unless you're really, really good at firing from the hip. And some people have a knack for it. I can sometimes get lucky, and sometimes it'll bog down and turn into something. Anyway, we got question number 6. If you can game for every day for a week, describe what you do. Well, for starters, I make sure I shower every day, because nobody wants to be in a group full of gamey gamers. I'm just saying, right? Hmm. I make sure that I prepared. I've done my homework as best I can. I take little notes from the previous sessions, kind of like a running dialogue of what went down, just an overview to remind myself, what my character's been doing, what's going on. I make sure I give as much assistance to whoever's game running the game. I know that they've got a load of work on their shoulders, and I try to remind myself that it's tough to power game 7 days in a row, and it can be tough to power game 2 days in a row when you're the game master, unless you're running from a module or something. And I also try to remind myself that we're back to question 5, the spirit of the game. I try to put aside the real world concerns and issues of politics and religion and so on and so forth, and the gripes of the home life and things like that. And sometimes that can get hard as the sessions go on and on and on, because you get bored. Right, that's one of the downsides of a turn-based game system. You've got more than 4 players, you end up inevitably you're going to have people that will disconnect, and they'll either start having out of game conversations, or they'll start, again, this day and age, I guess, texting and uh, doing whatever it is that you have to do along them lines. What's the answer? I don't have an answer to that one. So, like I said, I prepare the best I can. I bring my gaming attitude to the table. I try to be supportive of the GM who's really putting a lot of effort into running this marathon. I also put support into my associates and friends, my fellow gamers. I mean, you know, just the ability to get that many people to come together every day for a week. Oh, especially as we were older. I mean, it's not the same as when we were kids. I can tell you that without a doubt. My friend Richard Gilson and I would rush home as soon as the bus got to the bus stop. He lived just a block up the street from me, and we'd rush home and get in 2 or 3 hours of gaming every day without fail. And well, we were kids and we had a different view on how things worked. So, and we were using the much more simpler versions of the games early on. So that worked to our advantage. But it also didn't give us as much things to work with, or options and stuff. And I guess that's where the more older, larger, complex game systems come from. And most of your newer games that come out, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pick on the Pathfinder guys. No offense. I've glanced through the Pathfinder books, and what do I got? I got a repackaged Dungeons and Dragons. You know what? Even a lot of the support source books and stuff, it's just echoes of the gorilla that already been there. And it's understanding. You can't really come up with something truly brand new. And I know this from 10 years of work on my own game system. It's a struggle to be to avoid outright plagiarism, and to come up with new concepts, because basic stuff don't change. It doesn't matter what game we play. And so, what can I do every day for a week? like I said, make sure I'm showering, make sure I'm prepared as best I can, keep up with what's going on, be supportive of the game master and the host if they're not the same person. Also be supportive of your fellow gamers. It's part of being what we do and part of our hobby. Mostly enjoy yourself and enjoy that opportunity because they don't come along like they used to.